Most people believe power comes from owning things. Owning land, owning companies, owning money. From childhood, we are taught that ownership equals success. Buy a house in your name. Build a business in your name. Accumulate assets in your name. But the most powerful people on earth do not play this game. They do not chase ownership. They chase control. Ownership is loud. Ownership is visible. And visibility is weakness. The moment your name is attached to something, it becomes a target. Governments can tax it. Courts can freeze it. Markets can destroy its value overnight. This is why millions of people own assets and still feel insecure. They are exposed. Control, on the other hand, is silent. Control does not require your name on the door. It requires influence over decisions, cash flow, and outcomes. Consider a simple example. A CEO does not usually own the company. Yet the CEO decides strategy, hiring, expansion, acquisitions, and long-term direction. Shareholders may legally own the company, but the CEO controls it. This is not accidental. It is structural. The wealthy learned long ago to separate legal ownership from economic power. They place assets inside trusts, holding companies, and layered entities. On paper, they own very little. In reality, they control everything. A billionaire may not personally own a factory. The factory is owned by a holding company. The holding company is owned by a trust. And the trust is managed by people loyal to one interest. That interest controls the cash flow, the decisions, the exit. Ownership is paperwork. Control is reality. This is why ultra-wealthy families survive wars, crashes, and regime changes. Their names rarely appear on rich lists. Their wealth is not stored in one place. They sit on boards. They hold voting rights. They influence supply chains. They control distribution and capital movement. They do not need to own the entire empire. They control the levers. Now look at real estate. Most people believe owning property is power. But property owned directly is heavily taxed, regulated, and vulnerable. The powerful structure property under entities that separate usage, ownership, and income. One entity holds the land. Another leases it. A third controls the cash flow. Even if one layer is attacked, the system survives. Ownership ties you to risk. Control distributes risk. Ownership is limited. You can only own so much. One house, one business, one portfolio. Control scales infinitely. One board seat can influence dozens of companies. One licensing agreement can control global distribution without owning factories. One intellectual property right can generate income for decades without direct ownership. This is why modern billionaires focus on platforms, systems, and leverage. They do not ask, what can I buy? They ask, what can I influence? Control over attention, control over distribution, control over information, control over capital flow. Even in technology, the pattern is the same. Many founders do not hold majority ownership. But through special voting rights, governance structures, and strategic partnerships, they control direction. They design systems where ownership can change, but control remains constant. This is the difference between wealth and power. Wealth is what you see. Power is what decides outcomes. Ownership makes you visible. Control makes you untouchable. This is why the poor chase ownership, and the wealthy design control. If you want to build real wealth, stop asking what you can own. Start asking what you can control. Because in the real world, control is more powerful than ownership. If you want to understand how wealth is engineered, not earned, subscribe to High Net Worth Society. This is where the system is revealed.